Hello everybody, it's Friday! Yay! Friday! And I have no idea where cameras and everything else is going right now, but we shall see how this pops up. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to go right ahead and let Pam start first, and then if you notice, she's in her what do you call those? Your overalls?
My overalls. My work overalls.
Her work overalls. She's having a workover day. So I'll let her tell you what she's got to say, and then I've got a few things for you.
All right. Happy Friday, guys. Today, I don't have a national day, but we do have the whole month of April is Serger month. So I thought that I would give you just a few little things to know about Sergers. You may already know about Sergers. Some of them I knew, some I didn't. It's like, oh wow, so let's just pass them on. All right, so Sergers, unlike our sewing machines, they have multiple threads, and they have a blade that cuts the fabric. Okay, so the more threads that you have, the stronger that your finished edge is going to be. And the more threads that you have, that equates to having a wider seam allowance and more elasticity. And each one of the threads on your serger performs a different function with the edge that you're sewing. And I won't go into it, but there's different feet, and there's different, Sherry can tell you all the different types of things that you can, like, is it like a rolled hem, I think, there's a chain stitch, something like that. But anyways, something else that I thought was kind of neat, and I since I do have a serger, and I have used it before, and I have made a quilt top with it, and I will say that it does go very, very quickly. But most sewing machines operate between 700 and 1100 stitches per minute. Well, a serger can serge up to 1700 stitches per minute, which is why trying to serge a quilt top will go so much quicker. They make short work of repairing torn seams because they have a blade that will cut the fabric, so you won't have to cut the fabric with scissors. The blade's going to do it for you. So that's just a few little tidbits, and if you want more in depth, you may contact Sherry or Mike at a .com. I think it is, or sewing or just call Sherry. She will tell you. I'm going to eat my salad that Bob has made for me. And yes, I am wearing my white overalls because we are taking all the little limbs and stuff of all this wind we've been getting, and putting it on the trailer. We're going to take it to the dump so he can mow the lane. So, with that being said, you have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. I will hopefully see some of you tomorrow when we have our not our table topper, but our table runner class for tomorrow. So, Pam out.
All right, thank you, Pam. Let's see if you up there. She's out. She said she was gone. She is gone. She is out of here. So, but yes, Pam was talking about sergers. Baby lock sergers are 75 years old, I believe, when they first came. It was commercial overlock machines is what they were called, and when Baby Lock developed the first in-home small one to use, it was then called a baby lock. That's where they got the name. I have one of those, not the original, but one that was pretty old, and it was a 3-thread. So you had one needle, and then you have your over under, and those are the ones that go back and forth and gives you that finished edge. So you can, with that, you can also do a 4-thread. There's a cover stitch, which the cover stitch is, if you notice, it's that stitch look on the bottom of your knit shirt or around the sleeve. If you've got a t-shirt on, around the sleeve, look around that edge and see where you've got 2 rows of stitching on the top, and then underneath you've got the crisscross. That's because that is an overlock. They're 2 different machines, although you can get one that does it all. That's an 8-thread. That does cover stitch. It does your the stitch that you see on the top of bags, your bird food, some of your dog foods, your sack of potatoes, that chain stitch. That's where that comes from as well. There is even one machine, and it's not a baby lock. They haven't developed it yet, but it is a brother, and I have one. That is a double cover, and a double cover is what you see in your active wear. Some of your bathing suits, but most of your, your knit or stretchy stuff that you wear to the gym, wear to work out. Some people wear, you get the Lululemon or some of the other brands. Take a look at those. That has that back and forth on the top and the bottom. That's called a double cover. So there's a couple different ones. If you have a serger and just want to add and say, I have a serger, now I want to be able to do the cover stitch, we have a machine for that. You can add, you can either upgrade your machine or you can add a cover stitch machine, and then you have two. They can sit there side by side. One does all of your serging, the other your cover stitch. Some of the things you can do with a cover stitch is, I want you to notice, this is a 3-thread. Okay, let me see what camera I'm working off of today. I think actually I'm working off of the computer one, but anyway, this is a triple stitch, and it has 3 rows of stitching because I use 3 needles. So there's 3 needles, and then there is your cover stitch, your cover stitch thread, and that's the one that weaves back and forth. There are attachments, and I have one of them, a belt loop binder. It's called a binding attachment, and this is for the wide, so it makes this nice wide. You can see, whoops, right here, so you can see how wide it is. Strapping, great for your purses, yeah. And then you've got the narrow, which is more the size of a belt loop, okay. And this one has the twin, or not a twin needle, this has the 2 needles in it. So the 2 needles, you've got that on the one side, and then when you turn it over and look on the back side, there's the stitch for your the cover stitch. So that makes a really, really nice, look at that, perfect strapping. It's your belt loop straps, what you see on your pants, making belt loops. But there's so much more. You can just sit and run this through your machine and then weave it and make it into a placemat or, something fun. There's so many cool things that you can do with it. We talked a little bit about, let's see, what do I have here? I was playing with this morning. I didn't get exactly the look I wanted, so we'll have to work on it a little bit more. But I took 2 pieces of our, remember we talked, was it last week? And we talked about the oilcloth. This is that fabric that I have from United Notions that is coated. It is vinyl coated on one side. The other side is your fabric, but then it makes it water resistant. I say resistant as opposed to proof because there's stitch holes in here. If you tried to fill it full of water, it's gonna come out, but it'll help keep it dry. This is what you see some of the rain slickers and different things made out of. Well, there's tons of other stuff you can do, and I was just playing around. This is this particular stitch. This is some of the new exquisite jazzy threads. Yeah, they're a little bit thicker. They've got a yarn texture to them. The jazzy threads, and I put a red and I put a silver in, and I let them do the wave stitch. This is a flat 3-thread. It's not the rolled hem, but this is the flat wave stitch, and you can see how the thread goes over and back, and it does that on the machine in a way that adjusting the tensions that gives you this wave look. So you can do a wave, you can do a reverse wave, you can do a flat lock wave. And I know some of you are saying, well, what are all of these things? Well, if you've got a serger, there's a class for that. I was talking about the placemats. We made placemats in one of our classes. Look at that. This was some fabric. No, I don't have any more of this, but I've got lots of other fabric. And you can see we just did a 3-thread rolled hem with regular thread, not nothing decorative, but all we had to do was we just finished off all the way around. Then we had our little piece of fabric for our pocket. Okay, we did our little pocket, and once the pocket finished off the edges of the pocket, then if you had your cover stitch, you could attach the pocket with your serger, your cover stitch machine, absolutely. But if not, then you go to your, you finish this off, you go to your standard machine and you stitch it. We did the same thing. This is a rolled hem. Again, it's not with the fancy threads. Your fancy threads, if you notice the difference, they fill in. So it's more of a solid line. Your thinner threads, or your regular serger thread, does give you that rolled hem. It finishes it off so there's no raw edges showing, and you've got a perfectly useful napkin. So we made those, and they went along, and you could stuff them in the pocket and put your silverware. And you've got these nice placemats that you can take on a picnic or anything else. You can even get a large enough piece of this to make a table cover off of it. I've got 2 designs that are in a black and white design, which would be perfect to make a table cover or placemats and give the kids some crayons. They could color on it, and it could be wiped back off. So who knew? So anyway, those are a few things you can do with your serger, and we'll be talking more and more about it. There are lots of different feet. I think the new the Ovation and the Triumph, there is a pack of like 30 different feet that you can use on your serger to do everything from making ruffles and attaching them at the same time, gathering, oh my gosh, the ruching where you gather down both sides. I showed that to you the other day. Put zippers in. Have you ever put a zipper in with a serger? Oh my gosh, super easy, super easy. We've made tons of bags in classes, zipper bags to put your stuff in, your iPad, all kinds of different things. We've done those in class. And like Pam said, we had classes where we've made quilt tops. If you look at the one back here on the wall behind me with the peach, that's all made on the serger, and it does go fast. Just because you can go 1,700 stitches a minute doesn't mean you have to. You can go around curves. There's just so much. You can do some of your quilting. There's people that attach their binding with it. There's just lots and lots of things you can do with that chain stitch. Well, the chain stitch is easy to remove, just like on your potato bag. You pull it and out it comes. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. I'm not sure how these cameras are working today. I am going to flip. Let's see what happens. I don't see it flipping, so anyway. Okay, so I did flip it, just checking to see if it did. We had class yesterday, so I do want to show this to you. If you do some sewing, yeah, I don't know what's up with my cameras. I'll figure it out. We'll be back in sync by the first of the week for sure. By tomorrow, actually, because I have class. If you're sewing, and in class yesterday we are doing the jewel block. Well, one of the things that we've been practicing is production line or string sewing, or just sewing all the pieces together. You can do that, and it makes it, whether it's serger or on your sewing machine. These are on the sewing machine. This was done on the Solaris, but it lets you do a whole line. Kind of looks like a clothesline, doesn't it? And you can just keep going and going and going. I think I have 28 of them here, 28 of these blocks. Well, then you've got to cut them all apart. So you get the scissors and you cut 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've got this couple of these little gadgets, and I just love them. We do have them on our website. There's 2 different styles. This one, it has a little razor blade in the top. It has little rubber stickers on the bottom, so it'll set flat. And I don't know if I flip this down here, since this is what we're working with today. Let's see, is if we set it, I just set it here. You guys can see that. Yep, that's for some reason I got the wrong camera going. Okay, so we're going to set it right here. You would have it set on your table. Let me go this way. There we go. And then all you have to do is pick your fabric up, and you leave, there's a little tail in between where you've sewn it, and you just go like this. And there. And then there. And there. That's all you have to do to it. Look how fast that is once I've got them sewn together. Whoops, it's going to slide. Just like that. And I don't have to keep picking up the scissors and putting them back down. So I've got, like I said, I've got 28 of these. And while I'm chatting, whoops, it was going to be while I was chatting with you, but obviously that's not working so good. But anyway, you guys get the idea. It's just really sharp. The other one I have, you actually use your leftover rotary cutter blades. So yeah, so I will have these, and they'll be ready to go to the next step, all in just a matter of minutes. So if you do any quilting and piecing, and you like to be able to sew, you know, more things together and make it faster to cut them apart. And look, this is even because it's kind of, there it goes again. Alright, I'm down to the last one. But you can see how quickly you can cut those apart. So, just a little gadget, not expensive, but certainly worth having. You'll find it on our website. Okay, let me see. Just going to say this again. The couple things. The Kimberbell's new stuff, their new Me Time, M-E, Me Time. You can go to metimedelivered.com and sign up. Now everybody's getting excited. I signed up, I signed up. No, all you're doing is signing up to get more information. It is not available yet. It is coming, supposed to be coming next month. Before it does, they'll have us so that we can, as a dealer, we can sign up as an affiliate. So then what, if you're buying things, if you love Kimberbell and you're trying to buy stuff directly from them through their, the Vault, the Liberty, Sweet Liberty, any of those things, things that they've retired and they're putting out, their My Stitch, we would appreciate if you would head on over to aawhite.com, and at the very top of the page, Mike now has a Kimberbell logo, and it says click here to go to the Vault. Yay! So there's a picture. It's right there on the very front of our website at the top. You click it, it takes you to Kimberbell, and you're able to, if you've got an account with them, you're able to access it for all your information. The only way that they can track it back to us or your local dealer, if you've got your own local dealer, by all means use them, is by going through the Vault. If you go directly to Kimberbell, it bypasses your special favorite dealers. Can I buy just the Spooky Soiree Silverware project? The events, if it's an event, you cannot just buy one thing out of the events. Events are events, and that's the way they go. And unless Kimberbell does something different, that is the only way that we can sell them, is through an event. You can't pick and choose out of it, and they won't allow us. Unless you find somebody who breaks rules, and I follow the rules because I just think it's the right thing to do. We have Sweet Land of Liberty. We may have a couple of those fabric kits left. This is one. This is the new project, and Kim was talking about it on Wednesday. It is a pillow. It is absolutely adorable, but I will tell you, it takes a ton of fabric Not a lot, but a ton of little pieces. I know, because I cut every flipping one of those little pieces and put them into 20 kits. You get the design by going through our site to Kimberbell's. You buy the pillow design. If you want the background quilting, you don't have to, but if you want it, you get that from the same place on the vault. And then we've got a kit that we put together that has the fabric and the embellishments, meaning the leather, the felt, all those little pieces. That's all in your package. And also we're doing a sewing class or teaching class, or get you started, help you with the process and giving you a chance to sew. That's going to be on May the 6th. So that's also included. If you like fun projects, and I am so excited, I think they just sent our files so that I can start making the samples. R&K's Embellish Spring Break. We've got it, I think, posted on our site. We have, it's a bag that has all of the stuff that you need, stuff being, actually I think it has most of the stuff, because Embellish is putting in all of your stabilizers, some thread samples, the sticky templates and all of that kind of stuff, their products. And then we have added the fabric. We are cutting the fabric for the bunny and the teacup and the grab and go bag, the crossbody bag, and the owls. And with that, and there are zippers and other extra things that we put in, some extra embellishments to make it fun. We're going to do that as a 5-week process. So for the price of the kit, you get the fabric, you get the videos, which are from Paula Bromwell. They're excellent instructor. You get the manual, meaning detailed directions, labeling, everything, the fabric kit, and 5 classes with me. It's a pretty good deal. So we're going to do it once a week starting in the end of the month, the last Wednesday of this month. We'll take that through May and be doing that. Tomorrow is our table runner, Amalia Scott table runner. Guys, be ready to sew, because you're going to have some sewing, some embroidery, and then we're going to, once it's assembled, we're going to talk about and do the quilting on it. The fun project next Tuesday, everybody's kits were mailed out, is the Good Morning Coffee from Amalia Scott. We're making rounded table toppers, coffee motif. Of course, if you're a tea drinker, you could do something like that as well. And you're going to be able to do the whole thing in one piece of fabric. Not at one time, but one piece of fabric. So you're going to learn how to reposition and do that. So that's going to be really cool. Next Thursday is our dealer digital exclusives. And in case you're not familiar with, if you did fill in the blank before, we sent you the files. Dealer digital exclusives, your files will be in your Kimberbell folder on Kimberbell's site. Once you pay for it, we upload all that information and they download it to you. It's just the way that they're doing it now. When we're doing Amalia Scott, you get the package with the pattern. This isn't the same one, but you get a package like this in your monthly table runner. And inside, it's a different picture each month, are the instructions right here, and it tells you easy file download. So you download, and I know there's sometimes some confusion over what, with all these different vendors and all the different changes. So if you're not sure, send us an email. I don't sit here and monitor it all day, but I check emails quite regularly and can answer your questions. So they're all doing things a little bit different. If you've got questions on the me time, that is going to be another website. Kimberbell has a separate entity underneath the Kimberbell umbrella, and that's going to be your Bella box and your me time. There's like seasonal things, and then there's another piecing, perfect piecing, that's kind of quilt sewing, not embroidery quilting, if you will. That's going to be another part of it, and they're going to come out at different times of the year, and there'll be subscriptions. Again, when we get the link, we'll have it on our website, so you can go right to that link and give us credits as being your favorite quilt shop. So I did get my little bag finished box. I wanted to share that with you. This is the one that we did the fabric, and we used the heat and bond. Yep, we used the heat and bond. Iron-on vinyl. You can take pretty much any piece of fabric that you can use. You can iron it on and make it water resistant. This one I used, and I will tell you, that little hole punch thing, oh my gosh, where did I set it down? If you don't have a hole punch, and I know people said yesterday they liked it, this thing is amazing. It really is, because you push down like this and it just goes right down. Now I don't have the little tip in it. The tips go in the top. There's three different sizes, and they're right there so you won't lose them. I would suggest when you're not using them, put them in the top. You don't have to worry about messing up down here. It just unscrews, the piece goes in, kind of like your husband's screw drill, only this is hand operated, and just like that, you just press it. I had to press twice because of the thickness, but it made perfect holes. If you're doing Kimberbells with projects with the lights, that's what you need. Works much better than the little orange one that comes with your machines. And it's easy to clean out. It's got a little hole here, and actually all I did was take it out and kind of poke the little things. They all fell right out of the bit as well. So that's what I have for you today. We may pop on tomorrow, maybe do a little show and tell. Keep putting your pictures out on our Facebook page, and we will be able to share them, and the projects that we're working on this month. It is National Serger Month, so if you're doing a serger project, let us know, or put your pictures out there. Do you have a favorite serger, a favorite thread, a favorite stitch, or something that you need some help with? Let us know, because next Friday we'll do a little try to do a little serger, some more serger information, and maybe we'll get to be able to do a serger demo for you. So with that being said, ladies, go make it a great day. Go sew something, and I hope to see a bunch of you tomorrow, and the rest of you I'll see over the next few days. So have a great afternoon and a great weekend.